Okay, it's recording. Thank you for that. Let me minimize this. All right, let me start over so they get the same information. Again, welcome to our first, for some, and a continuation for others, on the Crypto Knowledge Call. This call is for your benefit and your benefit only. Okay, this is going to help you stay somewhat scheduled and organized with your information that you need to keep secret and accurate. Okay. So we're going to start from ground one and work up to my knowledge. Now, that's not a whole lot. So I'm not a scholar or anything like that. I just know how to use the stuff. And I want you to be able to do the same thing. Okay. So the first thing you're going to need is a notepad, probably not a big one, maybe one this size. I have all different sizes, but I would say this size at least. It's the medium, small, just under the large. Okay, and then I even have the small pocket. I don't have them up here, they're downstairs. But I have all sizes because I'm always somewhere. And I always say, I used to say, because I started this practice, I wish I had something to write this down on. I'm sure we've all said that. You somewhere out or whatever, and you're scratching for a piece of paper and a pen to write. Well, one of the habits that I started is keeping a small notebook because it has plenty of pages for you to write on and a small pin to go inside of the wire. You put the pin inside here like this. Well, this won't fit. You won't lose it. It's always with you. Unless you had the ones with the fat end on it, it won't go in there. A regular pin will. But try to keep this information absolutely secure. And I'm going to start with passwords. This is why we even have a notebook in the first place. You're supposed to be keeping all of your passwords to stuff that you're joining in that book. Top of the page should be what you're joining, like a promise delivered, Team Royal. It could be, Trezor. It could be Tangem. They all have passwords. Okay. Tangem is done on the phone. Okay. On the phone. And you still have to put in a password or biometrics, fingerprint, thumbprint, or whatever you choose. Facial recognition. But if you have surgery and your face is twisted, you can't get in. Just saying. Or if you have a, lump on because you had a tooth pulled, you can't get in because your face don't look the same. The facial recognition is okay. I just don't like it because anything can happen. And if you got $250,000 on Tangem and the only way you can get in is facial recognition and you had an accident, you can't get in anymore. And no one can change that. So try to keep it, and even with biometrics, if you lose the thumb, you can't get in. So God forbid anything bad like that happen. These are some of the things you want to know. So if you exclude facial recognition or thumb recognition, then you have to go with a typed out written password. And that's where the notebook comes in. You can do those, a written down password, it's fine. You don't have to do the biometrics. But if you do written, make sure you write it out. I prefer that you type it and then print it out. That way it's always legible. And print it more than once. If you really know how to use your printer in Word, you can do multiple copies on the same page, print it once, cut them out, and put them all over the place. That way you have them. Vital, 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 vital. If you don't learn anything else, learn to protect how you get in and out of these devices. Okay? If your phone is on biometrics, you can at least get around that. You can't do that with these devices. Once you set it to that, that's what it is. Okay. Okay, so you can do multiple fingers. You can do thumb, you can do index on both hands because they're both different. So you have 4 biometrics to use. Okay, you can set that up when you're setting it up. Do a thumb, do an index, do a thumb, thumb, index. Just repeat them until it says okay. That means it'll have all 4. I doubt very seriously if you lose all 4 or both hands. But then again, God is in control. So just one of those things to think about. But you only get one face. You only get one of those. So I don't like facial recognition just because of that. All right. I said I was going to go from ground zero. Let me start my notebook on where we are in class. Today is April 5th. 10 more days. 10 more days. I'm going to act silly all day long. 4, 5, 25. All right. So we did passwords, notebooks, passwords / secret phrase. Some are phrase, some are words, but it's secret. Now, the secret phrase is a group of 12 words that is used to protect your device. Now, I'm just going to hold up the Tangem, but they all work the same way, pretty much. These devices are protected with a 12-word secret phrase that allows you, if something happens to this can be replaced. Okay, so if it gets broke or lost, you just order another set and use those 12 words to put your old wallet on the new, not wallet, but old, yes, wallet, old wallet on the new one. So you can do that with all of them, as long as you have the phrase words. Now I have to say this on second part of phrase, part 2. Part 2 is some of these devices keep the 12 phrases or the 12 words. They keep a copy and they give you a copy. If that is the type of device that you have, throw it in the backyard and shoot it with a 12-gauge shotgun. Here's why. Let's say that you're going through a promise delivered, you're going through Team Raw, and you're stacking paper all different directions, and you start saving onto your devices like you were instructed. You start saving, right? You're putting stuff on it. Now, let's say it's not a Tangem, and you're not in control of the 12 words, the recap phase, right? Let's say I'm going to hold up something else. I'm going to hold up something. Let's say this is a plugin, something else, or another company where they keep a copy of your 12 words, right? Now you're saving on this thing, right? You're putting all kinds of stuff on there, your savings from all the stuff that you're doing. And for some God-forsaken reason, this gets lost. It's gone, right? Oh my goodness. What am I going to do? Oh, I know. I can call the company and tell them to reinstate my wallet. Okay. Let me get this up so I'll step on it. Where'd it go? Get it later. So you call the company, you say, XYZ company, hey, something happened at the house and I lost my device and I need to get another one. They'll say, okay, Mr. Lewis, great. Yeah, what's your address, first name, da, 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 da. Do you remember any of the information about your device? Which one did you have? Well, I had the X2. Did you save your secret phrase to it? Yes. Okay, then we should have a copy too. You hear what I just said, right? They want to know if you saved a copy of it. But we got a copy too. Some will tell you, some won't. They're hoping that you forgot that when you got this thing, that they had a copy of your secret phrase. All they need to know is that you lost it. That's all they need to know. They go to work from that second on. Now, will they hit you across the forehead and make you bleed out of the left ear? Possibly. Or will they just take just enough? The first thing they're going to do is open up your wallet because they have the phrase to do so. They're going to see what you got in there, right? Then they'll either skim off the top, hoping you don't pay attention or you don't have a record of what you've been putting in there, which is the next part of this whole conversation. Anytime you deposit on your device, write it the hell down. You are not going to remember all the deposits. No one's that good. No one. You're not. Say what you want. You're going to forget. It's hard enough just getting the product from one to the other. Remembering that sequence, remembering that, this, that, and the other. You're not going to take down the account of how much did you just put in there. Hopefully, you're looking at it at that moment. 2 days later, you forgot. A month later, completely out of your recognition. Now, a year later, you lose the thing or something happens. You call in, you get a new one. They're going to open it up and look at it. Oh, we can skim this, or we can take it all of it. So when you get your new device, you go plug in. For some odd reason, you're going to have to call them back. You call them back. They know you don't know what you're doing because you're calling back. They know you didn't write down anything because you're calling back. Right? And the second they hear from you again, they wipe it. Take it all. Take it all. Or they skim just enough off of every account that you got in there. Or they will set up a siphon, which will take the same amount every time you put in a deposit. They can do that. That's why it's vital. It is extremely vital that you follow these first 3 steps. Write it down. Protect it with your life. Make sure every deposit you put on any device, whether it be this one, that one, your junk, however many you have, I don't care. Keep a running record of what you deposit on it. The date that you put it on there. All that should be on the device, but who knows what happens or what can happen. Your house get hit with electric, thunderbolt and pretty much wipe all your electronic devices, phone. If the device is inside of a safe, should be okay. I don't think these safes protect from EMP, but you can get a device sleeve that you put it in that protects it from that. Faraday case. A Faraday case will keep it from being wiped from an EMP. That's what electric strike is. Anytime you see the electric hit a tree, that's an EMP. Pulse that you see, poof, that wipes any data that's not protected. If it hits your house, all your channels will be lost on your TV. All the phone contacts will be gone. You have to start from zero. So these are protections that you don't hear on most of the YouTube calls or YouTube explainers that tell you how to use these devices, which I do recommend you still use. Don't just use what you learn here. Still go to YouTube, find the device that you have and get the other information because I don't know everything. I will never claim to know everything, but I will share what I do know. Okay, so next line down would be protection. Veraday, V-E-R. I have to get the spelling on it. I-D-A-E, I think. Veraday and safe. Fireproof, waterproof, safe. These are just some of the small things that you will need to protect your devices and your information. We already talked about the notebook. Okay. Try to make sure that you also watch as many YouTubes on your particular device as you can find. If you go into it, let's do it live so you can see what I'm talking about. Hold on. Minimize that. Go over here, YouTube. I'm going to put in Tangem. Now I want to show you this before I click it. And you can do the same thing along with me. Now, I just typed in Tangem in the browser, right? That's all I did. Look what you got. Tangem setup, Tangem wallet, Tangem wallet setup, Tangem review, Tangem ring, which I'm going to get next, Tangem all by itself, Tangem wallet, how to use it, Tangem versus other devices, Ledger, Tangem versus Trezor, which I have in my hand, Trezor versus Cold Wallet, okay, Arculus, Tangem wallet versus Ledger, Tangem Pay, Tangem app. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 15, 16 different videos that you can watch on one device. On one device. You can watch any one of these. So let's pick, since we're setting it up, or if you don't have it yet, which would you rather watch? The review on it so they can tell you what they think of it before you get it? Or if you've already ordered it, set up. So me, if I'm new, I want to know what people think about it. So I'm going to click on review. Now, what you will notice, I clicked on Tangem review, right? How many videos do you see on the review of Tangem? Goes on and on, doesn't it? Review of the ring. Other videos are going to get in there because it's a review. Still going. So you get my point. If you really want to know about Tangem, if that's the one that you're going to choose, or if you're thinking about choosing it, go watch the reviews or just put in Tangem and you'll get that list of different videos that you can watch, right? So if you really want to know how to use your devices, this is how you do it. Go look at the reviews first. If you like what you're hearing, and don't just watch one, watch 2 or 3 of them, because everybody has a different opinion. You got Cyber Skrilla, he's good. I've never watched him before. See, he's on here multiple times, Skrilla. She's good. Casey. I think Casey I sent to all of you on other stuff. She's good because she'll explain it to you. And that's on and on. So this class, what I'm doing here, let me stop this. What I'm doing here is going to take you through not having one to using it daily. Now, there's a lot of steps in between what I just said. A lot of them. First, your review. Actually, let me back up. First, your notebook. You're going to write down which ones you want. And I would, recommend in the same thing, YouTube, put in cold storage devices 2025. Let's do it. Share back here. I'm gonna let that pop in. All right, you should be looking at it. Cold storage. We'll say wallet 2025. What just jumped under what I typed in? The correct way to ask that question. So you have to slow down and look what you're typing in the search bar. It's always going to suggest the proper way to ask that question. I would just simply go down, click on it, and it's going to take you there. Okay? So this is really where you want to start because they will take you through the best cold wallets 2025. Skrilla, he's the first one because he has over 1 million videos. Because this is all he does. He gets paid to do what you're looking at. But he's the best at it because that's all he does. He has, I think, a couple hundred different wallets because they send them to him for free. So he'll talk about them so people will buy them, product. So if you want to know the nitty gritty, I would subscribe to Skrilla. I have. That's where I get my knowledge. That's how I can come on here and talk about this stuff halfway decently because I, go get it from the pros. They've been doing it longer than I have. Never be so above learning from someone else. That's how this works. So when you put in the right question, best cold storage wallet 2025, you're going to get a bunch of different people talking about different wallets. Which one they think is the best. Skrilla again. Skrilla again. Like I said, the man, that's all he does. Skrilla. There she is. I knew she would be there. Casey's there. These two are always, they're on the top 2 list. Okay, so that's how you find out which one to go with. And then you start the notebook, the password, the secret phase, and all that. Once you've decided on which one you want. How many are there? That's another question you can put in. But if you listen to one of these, let's just click on him.
So anytime you want to approve a crypto transaction, you need to hold the physical card up to the back of your phone.
Notice he's showing you how to do it. I'm telling you, subscribe to Skrilla. You see I'm subscribed and I have on all the bells. So I don't lie about what I'm doing. This gentleman will teach you all the steps, how to use it and all that. Now in the description, which is usually below, you click on more, you'll get the list of items that he is discussing. Tangem, LedgerFlex, that's the one I want. Onyx Classic, and so on and so forth. Okay, so he did what? 6 of them. So that's 6 that you can go check out and get better knowledge on how to use it, you know, all that good stuff. I like Skrilla because he shows you everything. You can actually see what he's doing. I don't have the camera set up to do that. I will once we get launched. That stuff is expensive. I could probably use this camera, but then you have to connect it to the computer. I have to look at it. I might be able to use this one because that's what they're doing. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me stop the share. I think this one will do it. It's already on a tripod. I'd have to hold the phone in front of it. It's connected to the computer so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so that's coming. So that's how you find out how to use these things other than what I share with you. Now, I'm going to start with Tangem because it's right here and it's my favorite and I'm biased. So you may have your own favorite, but I'm going to start with Tangem simply because it's the easiest one to set up. Now, I'm also going to go to the website so you can see what I'm talking about. In my hand is my Tangem wallet. I'm not going to turn them over because I'm recording this and the numbers are on the back. So you still have to use protection. All right. You can mess up showing stuff and, you know, give your stuff away, but I will show the front of them. That's what they look like. There's 3 cards. One is a primary card. The 2 are backups. So if you lose primary, you take the next card up and use it as primary. You only have 1 backup. Okay. That's how that works. That's why there's 3 of them. I'm always going to check and make sure I'm not giving my numbers away. Okay. So that's Tangem. So let's talk about Tangem. It's going to come in a box. Let me show you the box. Show and tell. Okay, it's coming in a box like that. You can get to the cards. Here's the instructions that tell you all the stuff that I just talked about. Okay. Then you get the three cards. Actually, it's 2 sets of instructions. Okay. You get some stickers to put. I don't know why you would put stickers of what you got somewhere. That's just silly to me. But it's all part of advertising. So you get some stickers. You get the cards. They're all in this box like this. Nice little box. Okay, they all fit in there. You got the little thing you can reach and get them out. And the top. Okay. Now, this is how it comes to you. This is not how you keep it. You can keep it in this box if you want, but I would recommend taking the cards out, put them in a Faraday case, which is a soft mesh that has the meshing on it that stops EMPs from coming to and destroying it. And it also minimizes the clutter inside of your safe. Okay, because this box is not fireproof. Okay, it's going to create more heat to burn up your cards. So you get them out of that. Put it in the safe. So the safe you will hear me talk about on a regular basis should be fireproof, waterproof at the highest level possible without, you know, needing to take a mortgage out to get it. You can get some pretty high levels at Lowe's, believe it or not. Lowe's and Home Depot. More at Lowe's than you can at Home Depot. I don't know why, but there was a whole list of them. And I even saw them at Walmart. I wouldn't trust those because you know they're getting them from a lower grade. That's why they can sell them in Walmart. So they're not going to have the protection that you would require to protect a financial foundation. You have to look at these things differently. It's not just a cool tool. Your finances are on here. So you want the highest level of protection possible to keep them safe. All right. Now, once we launch and you have the funds to go get one of those high grade safes, I recommend doing so because I'm going to. I have a decent one now, but it's not the highest grade. Plus, I'm going to need room for the silver and gold that I'm going to be purchasing. Hello. right? And you too. So you're going to need a safe anyway. You might as well go get a good one. Doesn't have to be, tall as you, unless, you want it. But the less attention you bring to yourself when you get it, the better. Okay? And anytime you get a safe of any size delivered, have it delivered at night. It's harder to see what they're bringing in the front door or back door. Okay? Because they have to bring it in on a special dolly. These things are heavy. All right? Just some pro tips. Anytime I get a TV over 55 inches, I get it delivered at night. Keep you out of my business. Most people at night, later in the evening, either eating or watching TV, they don't have time to watch you, what you're getting. These are just things that I have learned over the years from moving from Detroit, just living in Detroit. There's certain things you don't do in the daytime. That could be paranoia, but to me, I think it's a good tip. All right, let's move on. Protection, that's knowing your secret phrase, having it printed multiple times and put in different places so you can always get to it. If you should happen to lose your wallet, which there should not be anything going on like that, the wallet should never leave the house. Period. There's no excuse for it to be outside of the house. Now, if you lose it from the room that you took it out of the safe to the living room, that's different. You just have to retrace your steps and go put it back. But if you take it to the car dealership because you wanted to transfer some funds off of there onto your crypto debit card to buy a car, you're messing up. You do that before you leave the house. It's not going to fry up before you get to the dealership. Never take the cold storage out of the house. It's under arrest. You have it in the penitentiary. It never leaves the home. Period. No exceptions. Because when you take this outside of the home, it's at your discretion and it's also at will to either being destroyed, lost, stolen. Why put it through any of that stress in yourself, taking it out of the house when you could just leave it home? And I've seen cold storages like the Ledger has a clip, like on your keys, that you would be attaching it to something and going outside with it. Why? Some things just, it's a it's a sale thing. Convenience. You can always have it with you. Why? You don't need it with you. You do your transactions at home, in front of the safe, put it back in the safe, lock it, and then go to the store. Never leave a safe unlocked. I've seen people do that. What's the reason? You might as well just put it on the desk. You leave a safe unlocked and leave the home, you might as well just put it on the front porch, because you're not even using the device like it's supposed to be. All right, moving on. I don't want to get too deep because I'll break out the apple tree switch next. All right, protection, Faraday case, safe, fireproof, waterproof. All right, so now we're just, like I said, from ground zero up. Now we're going to go online and buy us a cold storage. Let me share screen here. And we're going to go up here and put in Tangem. Tangem wallet, Tangem cold wallet. Put it in. It's going to take you to the website. Of course, you're going to have all kinds of choices and stuff. You got videos, right? You see how everything locks in? Who do we see? Skrilla. He's up here with, if you even do a search, there his face is. So you see, you have to learn how to catch things that show themselves when you are paying attention. The man knows what he's doing. They wouldn't put his face on a search for their company if he doesn't do them justice. Okay. All right. So, number one rule, let's write that down after your protection, Veride case safe. Number one rule for purchase. Go to vendor site only. Go to vendor site only. Put that in capitals. Stay away from all the other sites that may sell them. Newegg, all your cheaper places. Okay. Stay away from them. Stay away from them. So let's go here. Tangem.ing. Tangem.com. Let's stick with com. It used to be IO. How do you know you're on the right site? Number one, their name pops up in the left corner. Okay. Number two, you should have like a lock up here knowing that you're on a good website. Mine is on a equalizer. I can view their information when I go to a website. That's where my lock is. I have a different web browser. Mine will actually not allow me to go to bad browsers. You have to set it up. It's in your settings. So once you get there, right, you've decided to go with this one. You see the wallet, you see the ring, partnerships, community. If you get lost, disgusted, or whatever you need, there's a community forum where you can go ask some questions. And then, of course, more. All right. On here, you're going to see the wallet. Let me minimize this because I can't see. Okay. Now, you're going to see the wallet. You're going to see what it's available to do. Now, with free transactions on EVM network, this is a new network, by the way. And that's going to be part of the next conversation. I just wanted you to see this. Now, free transactions, this is the operative word, free. That means no fees on this network and this network only. If you're using it on a different network, then you're going to suffer the fees. Secure, effortless, and as slim as a bank card. They're basically talking about it. Transactions free. Swiss-based. They're telling you where it's based. 25-year warranty. 25-year warranty. 25-year. That's what those cards are warranted up to. This is the highest security. And if you watch Skrilla, he will explain what this is. This FLS6, EA LS6 is the highest security for cold storage security. Audited by these guys. All right, so they have an audit that happens every so often. It's not regular, so people can prepare for it. They audit at all kinds of different times. They may audit and then audit right behind it just to see if people switch things after the audit. Okay. I'm not going to read this entire website to you. We'll be here all day. If you choose to go with Tangem, come to the website and their website only before you purchase anything. Okay. They're going to, like I just showed you, 3 cards, private key backup. Private, that means you set up your cards. Those keys are on the back of the card. That's why I didn't flip them over, because they can be recorded online and used. This is the major point and the reason why you hear me talking about Tangent so much. 0, as long as you don't go showing your cards to people, 0 out of 2 million cards, 0 have been hacked. 0. That's pretty impressive. Everybody else has been hacked. All of them. Okay, crypto.com, all of them. The ones that say they're the big guys, no, they're not. Now, I'm not saying that to make everybody go get a Tangent. I let the facts speak for themselves. If you're going to get a card from another vendor, make sure you do your due diligence, as I'm showing you right here. Check and find out if they've been compromised, and if so, how many times. You can put that as a separate search, because I doubt very seriously if they will put it on their own website. Yeah, we were hacked twice and we lost everybody's information once. No, they're not going to put that on there. So you have to do your due diligence. This is how you do due diligence. Put it in Google, do a search, go into the dark web, which is available to you, do a search, put on a VPN, we're going to talk about that too, and do another search, because the information you get off of that is not catered or reconstructed for American consumption. They're going to tell the truth. Something that we have a problem with doing. Okay. With that being said, Tangent keeps your crypto safe on several fronts. Can't read this afternoon. Biometric access code that you create, the biometric that we just talked about, is part of you. It's either your thumb index on both hands or facial recognition. They're going to get to voice in a minute. But if somebody punches you in the throat or you have strep throat, you're not getting in, because your voice won't sound the same. It does everything everybody else does, track prices of your current coins and what have you. You can analyze tokens, swap, buy, sell, stake, which is something we're going to learn. Download it. Okay. You can go in, check coins that you're looking for. It may not be what they have on Access, but you can type in a specific coin and see if it's supported. If it's not, you have to go find a wallet that does support it. They're not even going to let you put it on there. Okay, that's that security that I was telling you about, the 6L. No one else. My job. All you have to do is join. Somebody has a line open? Please mute. You're going to be offered this twice. 4th grade the first time, the 4th grade the second time. It's going to turn into... Why? I'm recording this. Nothing has changed. It's still the same call rules. You come on the line, mute immediately, especially if you come on after I've started. All right, so there's the security that I was talking about. All of the stuff is here. All right. So now we're going to click on Get Tangent. Since I already have it, it's asking me which wallet I want to connect to it. I don't want to do that right now. I wanted to show you the cards. The web page is right. The second position. Joyce, this is your final warning. When I've started a call, mute your side. Next time you'll be booted. Okay, let me try another Tangent website because that one may have been compromised. I'm gonna go with .io. Their website is down because it's happening with all of them. One moment. Bear with me a minute. It keeps bringing me back here, but like I said, I have 10 already, so it should allow me to purchase more. I would say they're either doing something to the website or what have you. But if you're going to buy them, or there might be something going on right now because we're still in that evolution, y'all. It hasn't gone away. That process is still happening. All right, so we talked about the buy part. You just go to that website, tangent.com, and purchase from there only. Do not get them from anywhere else. If you hear somebody say, oh, I got mine for $45 on eBay, best believe there's a back door on that thing. They've already opened it. They have added software to it that every time you deposit, it goes to them. And hopefully it could be set at a thing where, technology is a mess. They could set it to small deposits because most people are going to test their wallet first. Okay, everybody's going to tell you, all right, send $20 to make sure you got the address right, to make sure you got all the steps right to send to it. Just send a small amount so you don't lose what you're about to send, right? Let's say that you got it from somebody else. I'm not going to, because I am recording, I can't use names in a degrade thing. We'll say from XYZ instead of A. You bought it from XYZ. Somebody in there said, I'm going to set this card to work from $1 to $20. Anything past $20 comes to me. So you get the card, oh, I only got paid 45 for it. Everybody else pays 76 because that's what that card is. I think it's 76, 78 plus tax and all that. But anyway, you get the card, put it on, everything works great. Yeah. I got the thing all set up. I got my words, this, that, and the other. Yeah, I'm all good. I only paid 45, everybody else paid 80. You do a test, switch, send over $20. You're right at the mark. They hope that you don't go beyond that 20. Most people won't, because if you're going to waste $100, you would rather waste 5 or 10 of it versus $100, right? So you're already going to, they already know most people are going to send a small amount to test it. All right, it came over to my wallet. I got my $20. Now I'm gonna send that 3,000. 3,000 is past $20, right? They may only get you once, but that's a $3,000 lesson. So you go, all right, good, everything works. I got my $20, it works. I got it all set up. I know my address. Let me send the 3,000 on over to my cold storage, like Mr. Lewis said. Who you gonna get mad at first? It's gonna come my way first. I sent over the $20 to test and everything went well. When I sent the 3,000, it never got there. You know what my first question is going to be? Where the hell did you get it? Because at that point, I'm already upset. Because mine worked perfectly. Because I got it from the company. I saw it on eBay. I sure did. I saw it at Walmart. Or was it Walmart? It was somewhere else that I shop at regularly. I'm like, they sell this thing too? How much is it? Wow, $60. $20 difference, but some people will go for that. Oh, over on Tangent, it said 80, 79, $80. eBay, I can get it for 34, 45, something low enough to make you go there. That's the first question I asked. Where did you get it? Second question, when you tested it, how much did you test it with? 1 to 20 or 25 to 100? 75 would have been over that $20 level. You would have only lost $50 or 75 because it's past the 20. Or it would have stopped at the 20, whatever's left would have went to them. If you buy it somewhere else. Alleviate that conversation and the call to me trying to blame me for it in the first place by buying it where I'm asking you to buy it. Buy it from the company. If the company makes an issue, then you can take it up with them and they will fix it immediately. They don't want no bad rep. You see what they put on their website. 2 million cards, no issues. Do you think they're going to, if they sent you a card that's default or is something wrong with it and your money didn't get there, do you think they're going to say, oh, well, that's your problem? No, they're going to fix it and quickly. All right. Some of the cards are sometimes corrupt, like the signaling when they load these cards. It's technology, y'all. The chip could have been compromised. It could have got wet. Somebody's finger could have touched it because oil on these chips is a no-no. It'll stop it from firing. That's why you can't touch the back end of your printer cartridges. If you touch that cartridge and get your finger on it, I assure you it won't print that color. It will not. So if it's their issue, they will fix it and make sure you have a good card that when you send it, your funds get where they're supposed to be. Due diligence on where you buy it. So that was the next step. Buy it. All right, next step. Now let's say you did a good buy, you bought the thing, and now it comes time to set it up. Or you went, get it in the mail, you read your instructions, and that's something I used to tease my brothers and sisters with. When you get new technology, it comes with instructions. Some people, I'm not gonna say no names, like to get gadgets and devices, take it out the box. Oh, I know how to use this. I put in a number, I can save it. Hello, goodbye, right? What else is on this thing that you can use? A whole lot of stuff, right? Address book, calculator, all sorts of things. But if you don't read the manual on this device, you only know how to barely use it. So let's put everybody behind the apple tree switch, and you know you're guilty of it just as I am. That's why I stopped doing it. Get something, take it out the box, and start using it. Didn't read nothing. Can't do that, especially with technology. I learned the hard way and wiped out a cell phone completely. It even took out the factory settings. At that point, it was a brick. Couldn't even use it. Call myself, I know how to use it. I know how to do it. So when you get your Tangem, if you get that one, whatever one you get, it's going to come with instructions. You're going to have to get a magnifier sheet and a magnifying glass and some pretty good glasses because it's tiny. The words, it's beyond tiny. Here, let me show you. I went out and purchased a magnifying sheet. Sure did. I'll share it. See? Get it at the dollar store. This really brings up some small print. Okay? And when I tell you small print, now this isn't going to even do it justice because that camera swells things up. You see, I'm coming to you with it, right? See my fingernail compared to the writing. I'm still coming to you. Will it focus? Probably not. Let me take off the. It's just crazy. Let's see if it'll focus in on it now. Nope, it won't focus. I thought it would. You get my point. It's little. It's really little. And when you're trying to learn something, it's frustrating as hell because you have to first try to see it and then comprehend what you're reading so small. All right. I wish the box is big enough that they could have put it underneath in a larger print and put it underneath. It's like, even the back is small. But, that's a whole marketing thing. I trip on things like that. You got all this space, almost an index card worth of space, but you make the instructions small enough to put up a mouse's butt. It's ridiculous. Okay. Instructions. I'm gonna put that with buy it. Read. There's that word that everybody don't like. Instructions. Come back to this video and follow the steps. Okay. This is going to get you in there where you know what you're doing day 6, because it's going to take you at least 6 days to understand this thing. It took me 6 days. I ain't gonna hide. I'm gonna tell the truth. It took me 6 days to get this right. It took 2 days to load it because I didn't know what I was doing. Like I said, read the instructions. It'll explain everything. But what I did was went to YouTube, how to set it up. How to set up Tangem. I watched the video twice. I loaded my Tangem in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You have to use your phone. And this is why I said this is part of your 4 devices that are required. Everybody has a phone, but do you actually know how to use it? Everybody can make a call. I can do that. Everybody can, well, most everybody can text. Most everybody can answer an email, but that's it. That's where the knowledge of a cell phone stops. And it's so much more, especially the new phones. Smartphone is called a smartphone for a reason. It's pretty smart. It does a lot of things. Learn your cell phone. It's stronger than hello, goodbye, you're ugly, texting and all that. Taking a picture. It goes into devices. It goes into connection. It goes into bringing device information in, scanning a QR code with the camera. You have to have QR code app on your phone. How to download apps. What are apps? How do you use them in conjunction with other software? Right? So I'll just bring this one up. At the bottom, you see the bars, right? The bar code. That is known as a QR code, right? Anything with a bar in it that's scanned, that's a QR code. So on your phone, I'm gonna bring mine up. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And make sure your phone is set in alphabetical order. So much easier to find stuff. Unless you don't have as many apps as I have. I have close to 150 apps on this phone. If you don't have that many apps, it won't be so hard to find stuff. I just happen to have a bunch of apps. All right. Where's it at? There it is. Nope, that's the wrong one. There it is. I'm going to show it to you. I don't know if this thing will focus with all this light. It's not going to focus. It looks like, let me see if I can bring it up. Nope. Better, there's more than one way. Hold on. QR code reader. QR code generator. You can create QR codes. Oh, wow, I wish I had it. I like that image. Let me put under images. That's something else I'm gonna show you guys how to search because a lot of people don't even know how to search. I'm gonna show you that in just, let me just show you now. I don't know why I say I'm going to. Let's do it now. Share. I'm gonna go back. All right, so if you put in QR code generator, I just clicked on that one just to get the QR codes. Everything is searchable on Google. Everything, including you. Put your name in there, see if it ain't. Now, once you search it, you have choices on how to search. It'll say all, it'll hit, you'll see images, you'll see videos. Now, you can skip YouTube altogether, go into YouTube. If you put whatever you're looking for and go to videos, it's going to bring up the YouTubes automatically. But I want you to see the images. So I'm going to hit, this is regular. Like if you have it set to regular, it's going to do all. But I particularly want some images to share with you. So I click on images. That's what QR codes look like. Okay. The squiggly stuff in the 3 blocks. Okay. You can create your own QR codes. C, ups, KFC. You can put your picture in there. Usually it'll put it in the center like this one. See how the word right there is in the middle? Because the QR code is what the phone is reading. This is branding. And yes, we will have one too. Different colors. But this is a QR code. Now, the QR code app that you have to download, let's put that in there. QR. As soon as I push an A, it should say app. Right there, third one down. QR code app. Click it. And that's what it'll look like on your phone. You see this image right here, this is what you would be doing. if you're trying to get information. That's what the phone does. That's what I'm saying. It's so much more than just hello, goodbye. When you have the proper apps and things on it, it becomes a working tool. All right. So that's what they'll look like. Enough on that. All right. Next thing. We're 1 hour in. So how long you guys want this call to go? You can chat the number of hours. 1, 2, 3. It's up to you. You pick. Put it in the chat. Do not unmute. Two. 1, 2, 2. All right, consecutive 2. So this call will end at 5. All right, so I got 30 minutes or so. All right, so let's move on. That's the QR code reader. You will also have apps. Tangem is an app. And now I need to really explain this slowly. The wallet or the card stays at the house. The app will be on the phone. You need both to use it. So let's say that you want to send $2,000 to your cold storage, right? You don't need it on your back office. You want to bring it down and put it where it's safe. So you're going to go to the safe. You're going to bring out your Tangem cards. You're going to open the app that's on your phone. App is app. Tangem is an app. Let me go to T's. That you put on the phone with the use of loading the two together. It's an app. I'm not going to bring the phone up there because it won't focus. So I touch it. See how it's open with the Tangem? Now it's asking for my fingerprint. Yes, I'm on biometrics, and I don't have to break out the card because I'm set to biometrics. I've set to 4 fingers, these 2 and 2 more. I'm not going to show you, so you can't cut them off and get it. All right. So once you open it up, then you can use the app. Now you're in your Tangem Suite. This is Tangem, the card. Tangem Suite is the app that you use. This is where you're going to do all the work. Move it here, move it there, bring it home, this, that, and the other. It's all done here. But you need addresses to other devices that you'll be sending to. Or this could be final send. Like I said, if you've already did all the shopping for the day and you got, $6,000 left in the back office, all you need is the receive address to Tangem, and you get that here. Once you open it, you go to the arrow down. You can click on that. Addresses, receive. So you first have to pick what coin you're sending. So let's say I would be sending XRP. So you go into Ethereum. Or you can send it to XRP Ledger. Click on receive. And then you have a receive QR code and the actual address itself. So that's how you would be sending to your XRP Ledger on your Tangem cold storage. See how that works? So when you click on receive address, now you can send that to wherever you're withdrawing from. So you would use this address in the back office where you say withdraw 2,000 or withdraw 6,000, punch it in. It's going to say, oh, you want XRP Ledger. Well, XRP Ledger requires such and such as fees. It'll tell you. I won't be able to tell you that because I don't know where you're withdrawing to. You have to read what the device and or the app says it needs. So let's say that it needs $60 worth of Tron. I'm just picking on coins. So you first have to get $60 worth of Tron in that wallet, not on another wallet, not somewhere else. It has to be where you're sending it so it can get its fees from that address, right? So you're going to come back out of here because now you know you need $60 worth of, I'm just saying Tron. You see the Tron right there, that red thing? It's the only red one in there. So you go into Tron. I'm still in the Tangem. Okay. I haven't left Tangem. I'm in the same wallet. So I get $60 worth of this. Blah, 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 blah. Go whatever you got to buy. So you have $70. Just get $100 and put it in there. Stop playing. Put $100 in there. Now it's on this wallet, the Tangent wallet. I go back to XRP. Click on the receive, send it. It's going to pull the Tron off of there because it's in the same address. Have I confused anyone? You're only working in one wallet at a time, but you'll be in two different places doing it. You have to withdraw it from somewhere. You have to send it to somewhere. To send it to here, you have to pay the gatekeeper. That's the Tron, which is still on this wallet. Everybody with that? You'll hear it and know it by gas fees. So as long as you have gas fees on this wallet, you can send XRP to it because it's going to pull the gas fees out of this wallet. Everybody with me? Going forward, XRP is going to be one of the coins that I'm going to push on a promise delivered. You might as well just keep $100 worth of Tron or whatever they need. I haven't done a transaction yet. I will find out. And that'll be known before we launch. What you need to keep for gas fees when you withdraw out of the back office, if it's Tron. XRP. There's other coins. That's up to you. You decide what you want to use. But when you put it in here in the Tangem wallet and say you want to receive it, it's going to tell you what you need to have in this wallet in order to receive it. So if you want Bitcoin, it's going to need this. If you want whatever, like I said, it's up to you what you withdraw into. I'm not controlling that. That is completely up to you. Excuse me. Now, what I recommend is know your fees. If there's a particular coin that you like, you can do that research now. If I wanted to withdraw $50 worth of, I'm just going to stick with what I like, XRP, what do I need to move it? It's going to say you're going to need this, that, and this much per dollar of XRP. Now you've done your due diligence on what you need to put in XRP, if that's what you want. If you want another coin, research what that coin requires to move it. This comes out of the bottom line, okay? All right, let's move on. Buy it, read instructions. We just talked about transferring. Coin. All right. And fees. You have to know these things. Okay, we're going to get into that. Which networks to use, because that's the next conversation. Thank you, Tamika. So there are several of you on here do not unmute, just put it in chat, that work with different networks. Okay, Tamika's already put up Polygon. You're going to hear a lot of words. You're going to hear statements. I suggest the notes that you are writing, go research these words so you know what they are. Plain word, network. So let's write these down. Network, plain in general, just a word. Network is basically the bank. Okay, not your bank, not this. It is the system that you are working through. Okay, it's not Chase, it's not none of those guys. That's the easiest way to recognize the word network, because there's different ones that allow different coins and require different fees. So the first thing you need to know, what network are you in or prefer to be in? How do you find that out? The type of coins you want. Okay, you got to find out what network they live on. That's how you find out what network you're using. Okay, Solana is backing a promise delivered. That's another one. Binance, another one. Anybody else? Go ahead and type them in. There's several of them. But again, you have to understand what coin you want. It'll tell you what network it's in. Okay, so write that down. Then you want to find out what gas fees at particular amounts. Start with $100. Smaller amounts, there won't be so much gas fees. It won't be an issue, but you need to know what gas fee you need to keep on your wallet. I just spoke on Tron. That's for USDT. That's on the, what's the other one? Ethereum network. Okay. So you have to know what network, in our minds, what bank I'm using, then what coin, then what fees. So those are the three things you need to work out right now. You don't even need a promise delivery for that. Which coins you're going to work with. I wouldn't work with multiple networks because you're going to confuse yourself. Pick one. They both have an enormous amount of coins. You don't need a whole lot anyway. The less, and I attach this to driving, since that's what I do for a living. I have GPS on certain locations. Now, when you look at a GPS, I'm just stepping off topic for a second, just to direct you on this whole network and all these coins. When you look at a route, let's say I want to go to somewhere up in Wilmington, Delaware. So I have a destination point. I have my starting point. My starting point is my wallet. My destination is where I'm going. So what network of roads am I going to use? Are there any tolls on that road? Those are your fees. How many tolls? That's how much fees, right? Then when I get to the final destination, I'm minus the fees because it took money to get there. And I know what type of money because I know how many tolls are in between me and it. I know this is a little confusing. I hope I'm not confusing you. The fees are with every transaction. You cannot move it without a fee. I don't care what you say. I've tried. I've tried all the way down to $5. They still charge the fee. It's like 13 cents or something stupid. I'm like, man, it's $5. Now, if you're moving within the network, the fees drop even further. It depends on what network connection you have. You don't need to know all that part. But I do know that the fees that A Promise Delivered has negotiated are way lower than if you went to Ethereum, or if you went to Binance, or if you went to any of the other guys. The fees that we have are lower. I won't say none, way lower. Okay. Now here's where I have to ask this question. I have to put it out there. And I know this is just a class, but I just want to find out, what is the attraction? What is the massive pull to put it in a bank, withdraw it and put it in my bank? I want to pull it out and put it in the bank. To me, for the best of me, try to figure it out. And the only thing I can equate that to is because you don't understand the digital network yet. You understand the bank because the bank has the debit cards. You can walk in there and pull out, you can do all these things, right? You've been using it for now, what, 30, 40 years? Some longer than that. 50 on my end. But I didn't always have a debit card. I started out with checks, like some of you. So what we are under the comprehension of is debit card, check, savings account, checking account. What I'm trying to do is put a stick of dynamite in between your left lobe and that understanding and light it. I need to get you out of that frame of thought and come into the new frame of thought that you are the bank, you are in control of your finances, so you have to understand how to use them. You have to be proficient on deposits and withdrawals, how it's done, what's required. Okay, so you can no longer think this way. Because if you think this way in bank, oh, I need to withdraw everything out of the back office and put it in my bank. Remember, when you take it out of, the system was designed for you to use it. That's why there's a card coming. That's why there's products. That's why there's a back office. That's why you have a crypto debit card. That's why you have a wallet. That's why you have all digital tools. That's why you have a cell phone, because you can do it all on here. That's why you have all these tools that are set up to the digital age that's already here. It's not coming anymore. It's already here. What we need to do is light that stick of dynamite and get the hell out the bank. Get out of the bank. You are the bank. But before you can become the bank, you got to know how to turn the keys and open the door. Okay? So let's move on. I've got 30 minutes. Networks are very, very important. I would find out if there's a particular coin, and that's going to change too, so don't get permanent in these choices. When they do the switch from fiat paper into the crypto age quantum financial system, there's two different systems. One's with a useless piece of paper. The other one is all what you're learning on this call today, digital. Either cryptocurrency, digital currency, that's going to be the digital, paper. There will still be a paper for people that are beyond the age of learning, and they have to use the bank down the street. They won't have a choice. So banks won't leave 100%. So that's a concept that was misunderstood, but it has a place for the really, really unwilling to learn a new era. And there's a lot of them, and it's not always elderly. There's some very ignorant people out there that refuse to learn about digital when it's right in their face. So there will be a regular paper at the bank down the street that'll have massive value, because they have to change from the one that doesn't that has nothing backing it to the new one, which is called the quantum note or whatever they're going to call it. That's just the output for me. Whatever they're going to call it, that'll be the name of it. But it will have proper value because it'll be backed by commodities. It'll be backed by gold, silver, and whatever else this country is producing. Why do you think President Trump is forcing us to open the factories again? See, people hate him, but they don't understand it. All of our stuff is being built outside of the country. We pay them to send it back here, and we pay top dollar on it. Don't you remember Levi's being here? Ford, Chrysler. People was in the plants making mad money because I tried to get in there. We were on top for a long time with our own industry. That's just a few of thousands. But because of bad management over here and behind me, DC, they allowed all those industries to leave the country. Go do it somewhere else cheaper and still charge you the high price. What's a pair of Levi's now? $60, $80? Or higher. Right, Ted, or higher. For something we used to get here for 46, because I used to buy them. I love Levi's. They fit right. But when they left, the fit changed and they were more expensive. I don't know why the fit changed. I guess they use different rulers over there. I don't know. But they weren't the same. That's my point. Network is your bank that you're going to work with. Ethereum, Binance, the other ones, all the rest of them. First, you have to figure out which coin you like. Which one makes the most sense to you? What's it backed by? What is its purpose? Is it a utility? Is it a gas fee? Is it a tool? So you have to look at these things when you first look at the coin you want to use. Is it representing or is it backing transactions? Bing, that's the one you want. That is considered money, backing money. That coin is not going anywhere, and that's XRP. It's chosen to back transactions worldwide. So its value is going to stay right here. It's going to get here and shoot. It may not be crazy. It may be, don't know. That's yet to come because it hasn't been flipped yet. But that's the network. The network is Ethereum. Now you need to know if you're going to move it or if it's going to self-sustain. If it's backing financial transactions, it's self-sustained. It won't need fuel. It won't need gas. It's just going to get hell of expensive. Right now, you can get it for whatever it's at. It's not going to stay there. It's not going to stay there. When they fully announce, now you know he's already signed an executive order on XRP. That was signed months ago. 2. Actually, before that, because he signed that before he even was accepted. So it's been a while. It's already known. But if you didn't catch it, or if you didn't hear it or know about it, you wouldn't know that XRP is part of transaction support around the world. I caught it. That's when I started saying to everybody, get some XRP. You don't have to go break the bank or not pay your house note or whatever, getting tons and tons of it. Just get a little bit every so often. Just keep adding to it while it's still affordable. Just keep adding. Get 2 or 3, 4 or 5. Put them away. Sit on them. There's another coin that is available right now that's supposedly has a extreme back into it because it's already backed by gold. I talked about it a little bit, but I thought about it and I said, well, maybe I'll wait for the class to announce it, to talk about it. We'll do that after 7 more minutes. All right, so we've done our network. You should know your network. Know your network. I can spell. Okay, know your network. Pause for 1 moment. Okay, my apologies. So we were on Know Your Network. Got that one down. All right, 15 minutes left. So once you have your card or your, let's say, Tangent, I just want to go over the steps on how to load it. So once you get it, and this is pretty much standard for all of them, there's a 3 card, there's a 2 card. It depends on what you purchase. There's different colors you can get. That's what I wanted to show you. But for some reason, either the website, they're doing something to it. Don't know. So you're going to get 3 cards. That's what comes in the box. It's going to tell you on your phone to go to Play Store or whatever it is you're using. If it's a Apple, it's the App Store. You're going to go there. You're going to look for Tangent Suite. Okay. So you have to go to the Play thing and look up Tangent. You'll see when you put Tangent in, you'll see Tangent Suite. You download it. All right. Once you got it downloaded on the phone, you're going to open up Tangent Suite. You're going to put in your information, dropping the cards. You're going to put in your information. You're going to set up your login information. You're going to log in. Then it's going to ask you, do you want to set up your new card or your new wallet? Yes. Click on it. When you click on it, it's going to say, pick a card. Now, like I said, they're black cards. There's no indicators, no markers, only the numbers on the back. So I would recommend get the colored ones when it comes back up where you can buy them. Then you can set your primary card by the color of the card. Okay, the only thing that was available when I got my cards was black. So I've yet to remember to mark my card which one's primary. Okay, so once you have that much, you're going to go into set up a new wallet. It's going to say scan the first card. You put the card, now watch, this is important. There's a reader near field reader inside of your phone. Where it's situated is different on every phone. So you can't just say, here, stick it to the back of the phone and read it. No, you can't do that. All right. You have to locate it. So what I did, and most people, if it's an Apple, their indicator is large. So you can just put it up to the back of the phone, it'll take it or find it. What I had to do was put the card at the very top of the phone in the back and slide down slowly until it found it. You'll know it because it'll kind of like vibrate real quick and start a countdown. You freeze. Don't move. Don't rock the card. Don't rock the phone, because if you do, it'll stop and you'll have to start over. Okay, so you start here and you slide down until it starts the countdown. Freeze. Let it count all the way down. You'll see it count down, actually reading the card. It's reading the information on the card and loading it into your app. Okay, once it's complete, it'll say get the next card. Okay, you'll get the next card, same thing. Start at the top, slide down till the countdown starts. Freeze. Let it do its thing. You have to do that 3 times each card. All right, so you do the third card. Then it's going to say, go back to the original card. This is the one you want to mark because this is your primary card. Or you can go by the numbers on the back. There's numbers on the back of the card that I'm not going to show. Trust me, they're there. It'll say which card you want to make primary. Just grab the card, start to slide down. It'll say, yes, okay, this is your primary card. The other 2 are now backups to this. That's all you have to do with the cards. You can take these at that point and put them away. Okay, you no longer need them. Now you're going to go into the app. Now your Tangent wallet is now in your app, but you can't get into the app without primary card. Okay, I have to make sure I'm showing the right side of this card. Without primary card. So you put it back there to start any transactions. All right, once you do that, that's pretty much it. You can name your wallet or that wallet. You could put multiple wallets on here. That's why I say you don't need to go out and buy a bunch of these things, because within that wallet, you can create sub wallets. Name them what they are. Remember, I don't think you guys were on the kids call. I explained to them to create wallets and name them their purpose, which was one could be for school, one could be for toys, one could be for this, so on and so forth. Adults, same way. Light bill, gas bill, car note, house note. These are all wallets, right? So you have to keep track when you log in which wallet you're working in. Like I said, you are now the manager of your finances. No longer are you going to tell, say, oh, yeah, take the car note from Chase, push in the buttons and, pull it out of that account. No, babies. You, it's all you now. So you can keep them out of your account and only take what they're supposed to and not use your account at will to train people. New tellers that come into the bank, never seen large amounts of money. If you haven't, they will take that new account or new trainee and say, okay, get behind, it's a dual screen computer. And they will show them how to log in to your account. And if you don't believe me, ask them, do they train with large accounts? They have to tell you yes, they can't lie. Well, they shouldn't. But they have to train new trainees on large accounts. You have them, several of them. And if it's in a bank down the street, they're going to train Judy on how to log in to your account. Has anybody got a phone call? Loss and fraud protection? Okay. That's the bank calling you, telling you, oh, do you recognize these transactions? You have to listen. They'll tell you where you know you went. You was at the gas station. Yeah, you did that. Yeah. You was at the beauty salon. Yeah, you got your hair done. You was at, Advanced Auto Parts, bought those brakes. But then there's a $400 charge at a store you don't even know. No, I don't know that. What is that? $400. Oh, Mr. Lewis, yes. We'll have to transfer you over to fraud and loss protection. The hell? $400. So the person comes online. Yes, Mr. Lewis, we see that there's a fraudulent charge on your account for $400. Yeah, what is that? Who did that? Well, we'll have to investigate. Listen, words that we know of is called legalese, using words that you're familiar with to put you at calm. We have to investigate and find out what's going on. We're going to terminate that card and send you a new one. And in 7 to 14 days, we'll find out what's going on. If it's a fraudulent charge, we'll put it back. Words, we'll put it back. You let it go in the first place. I had nothing to do with that. I just had an extra 400 you needed. So you took it and gave me this bull about how they're going to replace it. Everybody's gone through this. Look, when you move a lot of money and they see money moving through your system, they will attack you. If you work at a place that has a fairly high pay rate weekly, they will attack you. You won't miss it that much. You got a decent paycheck coming. You're used to having a little bit of dollars in your account. So 400 missing for 14 days won't hurt. You'll be paid twice since you talked to us. You all right? Sound familiar? I always go to this because this is what goes home to people when you listen to it in this format. Let's say the bank, on average, has, I don't know, let's just pick a small bank. I'll pick my little bank up here. Hold on a second, because I want you to see it. I love this impact thing. The question is $400, right? That's what's in question. Hold on, what did I do wrong? Where'd it go? Okay, there it is. Everybody see the 400, thumbs up? All right, in the chat, you've been at the bank. You know how many people live in your city? On average, how many people do you think are in that bank? Account holders. How many do you think's in there? Just take a guess and type it in there. Thousands. 20,000 people? I wouldn't say 20. That's a lot of people. Let's just say we got a small bank in the city. It might be 20,000. You never know. It's a well-known bank. Everybody uses it. Let's split the difference and go 1,500 people. 15,000. Let's split the difference and let's go with 1,500 people. Now, 1,500 people got a phone call the same as I did, saying that somebody in Uvatsu took $400. Someplace that you know that you're not going to go and check them because they don't live here. They're going to make sure they're so far away, you're not going to go investigate yourself. You're going to take their word for it. We'll investigate, Mr. Lewis, and make sure that your funds are replaced if this is a fraudulent charge. You already know it's fraudulent. You took it. So let's go with I like 2,000. I like even numbers. 15 is off. So let's say $400 times 2,000 people that got the same phone call. The bank now has $800,000 to invest. in what they call short-term trades. Short-term trades are within 4 to 6 hours. Times 100% means 1 unit. So that's 800,000, right? So now, they take that 800,000. They said 14 days. Let's take that 800,000 times 14. I'm gonna let them words smack you all up in your mouth. If they take $400, which is, a lot of money, that was a couple, electric bill, car note, inconvenienced you, said, give me 14 days, we'll make it back. We'll get it back to you if it's fraud. They know it's fraud. They've made 11,200,000 off of that $400. That's 100% profit to the bank. 14 days, they put the $400 back, send you a brand new card, start your life all over. All the auto pays that you had set with that debit card now have to be changed. You're going to forget most of them and wind up late, inconvenienced you all kinds of ways. You got to memorize a brand new card, expiration date, and the 3 digits on the back, all that foolishness, right? What about the 11-2, baby? Can I get a part of that? No, you don't even know what happened because they said somebody in Juvabu took $400 and they need 14 days to find out what he bought or she bought. And if it was fraudulent, we'll give you $400 back. Midnight, 13 days later, $400 is deposited back into your account. And you see, oh, they put it back. Thank you, Mr. Bank. They just made 11 million off of you. Now, here's why, and I need you to really catch this, and I'm gonna jump off. Here's what I really want you to grab hold of. The first 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 topics of cryptocurrency. You have to secure ownership. Now I want you to see the importance of what I just said. You have to secure ownership of your new bank, your new wallets, your suite where all the action happens. You're the new FSO, CEO of your money. Your new money is going to be gold backed, so it'll have massive value. You want to protect it. You want full ownership of it, not partial. Because remember, when you do a deposit down the street, you sign over ownership of those funds. Did everybody on here know that when you sign those deposits, you turn over ownership? Did you know that? You admit on a document with your signature that you are not financially capable of handling your own finances. That's what you signed. Remember sitting at that desk, getting that account? They needed your driver's license. That's ID. Who is this person signing over their documents? What's the social security number? So we have access to that. Sign here, and then sign here again so we got your signature. This is what they're charging the past president of. ES, electronic signature. It's your signature, but it's an electronic copy. They can sign documents with that. that you know nothing about. They can go into trade under your name because they have your social security number, they have your address, they have all the stuff except your phone number. They're not going to give them that. They're going to use their phone number, and then they're going to ES a trade document. How sweet is that? They take the 400 from you and then sign a document that you want to trade it with your signature. If it ever came out, they're going to ask, is that your signature? Yes. Then what you worried about? You signed it, but I didn't get any money. That's your fault. It's your signature. And that's what I taught the young ones. Your signature is worth billions, literally. It is the sign of a document that makes a document law. Binding contract is done with signature. They can sign your name in any color they want. Oh, I use the blue ink. Well, they just changed the color of signature. Click blue. Blue signature. What did you actually get away from? Thumbprint. You know, they want a thumbprint. Oh, we need it in red. Color of thumbprint red. Click. You just thumb signed it and never even touched the paper. So I laugh only because I know certain things when I talk to people about your signature, your social security number. and they get so protective of these numbers that they already have. I'm gonna really flip the script on you. When you were born and you came out of that womb and they smacked you across your hind parts, did they read the number down your left cheek and say that's your social security number? Did they? Did they lift up your arm and read down your underarm? Did they get a number out of there? No. They went in the next room. You know how they all we're going to take the baby after surgery, after you went through all that excruciating pain. You don't want to be bothered with nobody. We're going to take the baby and go clean him up. Bingo. Got him out of your vision, had the document ready, walked over to it, took that left foot, boom, took that right hand, boom, go clean the baby up, bring him back to you all pretty. But he just signed, or she just signed, a trade document on her own number. Right? What's the next thing you're supposed to do with that baby? Go get it identified. Right? It comes off of the birth certificate, the owner of that baby. What's at the top? Certificate of Maryland, certificate of Georgia, certificate of Pennsylvania. Those are the owners, not you. The certificate belongs to the state. I could go deep, but I won't. The certificate is the bond that that baby signed at birth. $250,000 with that one signature, and it trades every day for the rest of your natural life and on. Why do you think they saw those accounts when Doge dug it up? Social security numbers, 100 years, 200 years. Hell, Social Security Administration ain't been around that long. They had to put that money somewhere. And they had to put it in an account. That's a Social Security number. So you have to look, and the information is given. It wasn't the fact that these people were that old. It was the fact that there was a 9-digit number needed to put the funds that they've been trading on you all your life. That's over, babies. Now you own it. Any and everything you do financially is going to go in your bank. So no more of that using it down here, fax, fart, wherever they want to go trade and play. They took vacation after vacation, put their kids and their kids' kids through college on your money, or so-called money. Why do you think they got rid of the silver and gold certificates? Because they have their own intrinsic value, and it didn't align with these stolen Social Security numbers, and that were trading for hundreds of $1,000s a day for them. When you got into the silver and gold had its own certificate that had nothing to do with, all that foolishness. It had its own numbers. So they suppressed it, brought the value way down. Remember? They got rid of the silver certificates, suppressed it, and got it way down. Like right now, an ounce of silver into $30. That's the original money of this world. But you're going to say it has a value of $30? Stop it. You have to understand what's happening. Even though your wallets, your banks, your devices that are going to house your finances, this is why I'm teaching a foundation. You have to have something to stand on so that you can move and use your currency. You have to know how to save it. You have to know how to protect it, because you are now in charge of it. You're not handing it over to an institution that's using it from midnight to midnight every day and making billions of dollars. You get nothing. How do you think they can build an airplane worth $700 billion? One airplane, 700, what was it? 700 million? It was a stupid number. The new stealth fighter that they're coming out with, something else to kill people with. Somebody had to pay for it. Where do you think that money came from? Raise your hand. Everyone on here should have your hand raised. If you have any kind of income, they got a piece of it. If you're still alive, they're still trading your birth certificate. What do you think that thing's worth now? If it started out at $250,000, trading every day for the same numbers we just went through, times everybody on this call. What is your birth certificate worth? Hundreds of billions each. For those blessed past the age of 50. 250,000 times 50. What was it actually every day? Times 365. Let's see. At 50 years old now, I love numbers. Watch this. And this is why everybody keeps asking, well, when we switch over, do we get our birth certificate? No, because it's all fraud money anyway. Never existed. 250,000 times 365, that's 1 year. So that's $91,250, right? Times 50. Somebody 50 years old, that's what your birth certificate is worth. And next year it's going to be times that, and times that, and times that, and so on. This is the money they're using. You have never seen this money, but it's under your Social Security number that they created for you the day you were born. Right? Now, how many people on this call is over 50 years old? That would be almost everybody. You're at least 50 and up. Now that's 53 people. If you're not 50, I'm not trying to age you. But if you are, let's just say this number times 53. There's 241 million on this call right now. What could we do with $241 million? See, it's all in knowing what's happening. It's all in knowing who's happening. And it's all in knowing how to make that change for those funds to go in your bank and in your devices. So now you can use those funds to take care of the things you need to take care of. You're in control. So you damn sight better have all these 6 or 8 things that we talked about in check. And I do mean in check. Don't play with this. That notebook should be kept tight. Any and every time you do a transaction, write it down. Okay? You need to know that when you get your device, the passwords, the secret phrase numbers, there's 12 of them, put them in that book. Make sure they're there, or put them on the, don't put them on a computer because again, it'll be seen. If you are familiar, again, this phone is used for more than just say hello. You're going to download ePrint. I'll give you a chance to write that down. ePrint. And ePrint means you would be printing from your phone into your printer. It's not, it doesn't stay online. It doesn't sit down anywhere. It goes directly from your phone to your printer and prints out. Print your words out. Print your phrases out. Don't name it as to say it's to my tangent, because then they'll just fire up a new tangent and use those words and steal it. Just in case, protect yourself, just put the words. When you print it out, then you write tangent. But print them out so you have them. Password, secret phrase. All right. Protection, Veriday case, you can get that on Walmart. It's one of the products. Veriday case, fireproof, waterproof, safe. You don't have to get a huge one. I would say maybe a 2 foot by 3 foot, 3 foot tall, 2 foot deep. Because you're going to be getting coins. You need the room. So 3 foot tall, 2 foot deep, fireproof, waterproof. You don't have to get that now. It's like I said, it's in the products. Wait till you got the money to do it. That's what a promise deliver is for. Okay. Protection. First rule, purchase it from the vendor. Do not get that thing on Walmart or eBay and all these other sites where you'll see it cheaper. Don't be that person. You're going to be taken advantage of, and I'm telling you now not to do it. So you're not one of the ones that get on the call. Well, somebody got my stuff. You know me. Where'd you buy it? Flea market. Next one. When you buy it, read it or go to YouTube and understand it completely. What are all the features? What can I do with my brand new bank? How much can I put on here? How do I add new wallets? Can I add new wallets? Do your research before you buy it. But when you do buy it, after you've done your research, experiment with it. Set it up, get it all wired up. You don't have to put coins in it to use it, to go click on stuff and see what does what. If you follow the instructions to when they explain how to use it, it should be fairly simple. I want you to not be afraid to say, oh, I got to send 500 to Tan or Tanny, whatever you want to call it, to disguise it. Give it a nickname. Call it Frida, Tangy, something. When you make stuff personal, it's easy to remember. If you call it Tangent Wallet, you're not so apt to remember stuff because it's so professional. Name it, give it, bring it to life because it's with you for life. Speaking on that, and I'm gonna let you go, I'm still over. I talk too much. When you set these things up, okay, when you set these up, make sure you have a trustee or someone you trust enough to have the information to get in this box. Make sure they have the information. Now, again, if you use biometrics and, God calls you home, they won't have access to your fingerprints. You take them with you, remember? So what's the security on that? And there's really no one to talk to about it outside of opening a brand new one and using the passphrase, the 12 words, to regain entry and change the biometric to yours. Because it'll be a fresh wallet. It's going to ask for security. How is it being protected? Biometric, words. So me personally, and I'm not trying to push anything on anybody because we can all leave here at any time. If you're above 45, make sure you have a written password as backup. And your executor or whoever is to take care of things has that information. Because what I want to leave you with and make sure that you remember, you're going to put a lot on this thing. It's not going to be in the back office of a promise delivered. It's going to be here or whichever one you use and decide to do your withdrawals to. This is where it's going to be at. What's going to be left in a promise delivered is, the day, God forbid, you leave. And until I get the code or the death certificate, will be piled up in the back office because you won't be doing any more withdrawals. You'll be speaking to the creator, getting situated up there. You won't be thinking about what's in the back office. And we're all going to do it. So don't be afraid. Anyway, my point to that is make sure there is a written password, or if you're not able to do both, I didn't look at that. I have to look and see, can you have both for access to the suite? The passwords, the IDs, and everything that you use to log in should be given to your executor. Let's say, you do really well, and we all are going to do well anyway, and you start chucking away, I don't know, $20,000, $40,000 every month. Okay. And you manage to live another 13 years. What's in here? Stupid money. Literally. You want that to go next to you because you didn't share that information? Because that's what it's worth at that point. No one can get to it. Okay, so make sure you pre-check, make sure, ask the hard questions. If we get the med beds and there's no longer an end date, then you don't have to worry about it, which I'm looking forward to. But if not, make sure you take all the precautions, write it out, and make sure that the person that you are including in this understands the gravity of it. And if you have last wishes or things that you want to do with your money, make sure it's in writing so that your funds, when you leave here, still follow your dream. Okay? Put it in writing. Force the hand. Direct from beyond. So many of us leave here and don't say nothing. Didn't have nothing written. No objectives, no nothing. You have to do it now because even in the bank, if no one's name is on there, goes to probate instantly. You have to wait a year, 2 years just to get to it. This should be the day of passing. There should be a note inside of your Verity case, inside your box, in your will, whatever. Prepare before you leave here. Let's not be like all the ones that I have seen leave here and everybody's GoFundMe page. That's incorrect. Okay? Planning. All right. I talked to you enough. Any questions? Let me make it. I think you can unmute or raise hand.
Montavo,
Yes.
you were gonna tell us one other thing you said. You stopped saying it when you were talking about
I do that all the
what
time.
was backing the gold and this, or what was backed by gold and silver. You said another coin backed by gold, and then you
Yes.
said,
That coin, let me bring it up. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a fee. It is $13.50 at this moment. It can go up at any moment. This is the website, and I'm going to put it in chat. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to participate, you are participating on your own knowledge. So I'm giving you the website, read it first. If you do want to participate, you have to contact me. Okay? We got an inside on the inside with it. If you go direct to the company, they're going to charge you something else. So I'm just letting you know that that's what the deal is. All right? I'm going to put it on here so you can see it. So when you pull it up, you're looking at the right thing. I'm going to put it in chat. It's in chat. Take a look at it. Do your best to check it out in all formats. Make sure, like I said, this is a video. They talk about it. Nice, clean website. Not a whole lot to it. It's ETFs. We haven't even touched the surface really before we get to ETFs. It's all crypto. Okay. Read the site, check it out. Right now, like I said, it's what it was the last time I talked to them. It could change at any minute. I do not have control over that. It's $13.50, and they would like for you to do 10 at a time. That's $135 if it's still there. If it's $20, that's what, $200. No. It's 2,000. No. $200 something, so 200 some change. Plus the fees. Now there's fees to send it. There's less fees with Zelle, of course. If you use Cash App, if you use Venmo, there's a lot more fees. So they have to go to a certain person. Like I said, let us know first if you are interested. They tell you how to set up the wallets that they're using. I'm using Trust Wallet. It's easier. I've been with them the longest. I don't like Coinbase. MetaMask is okay, but they can be a trip too. Sometimes they lock up and it takes days to get. I just don't like that. Trust is fairly decent. They explain to you how to set it up to receive. And like I said, $13.50 the last time I checked. When you do text me, if you want to participate, I'll first check to see where it's at. And there we go. Okay, it has all the information is up here. Read it before you join it. But that's the coin I was talking about. Now you have the information. Anybody
Thank
else?
you.
You're welcome. Any
Yes,
other questions?
I can't see it in the chat. Did you post it?
In the chat, yes, ma'am. You may have to scroll one way or the other, but it's definitely there. All right, any last questions? That's it? You guys ready to go? It's 5:30, I'm 30 minutes over.
Yeah, Montavo.